Hello! Welcome to segment 7 of B Beverages Happy Hour. I'm Sarah Jacobson, filling in for your usual host, Laura Boca, who has invited any of you viewers and aspiring mixologists to send in your favorite recipe, or better yet, a short video of you mixing your favorite beverage. Today is Friday, May 1st, 2020, and many of you may know that the Kentucky Derby is typically run on the first Saturday in May. Well, there's nothing typical about this spring. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Derby has been postponed to September. And many of you may also know that the drink most closely associated with the Derby is the mint julep. We're postponing the mint julep as well. Why? Mostly because I prefer the Kentucky Mule. Before we can learn about the Kentucky Mule, we first need to learn about its grandparent, which is the Moscow Mule, typically made with vodka and ginger beer. The Moscow Mule was invented in the early 1940s, and the name Moscow comes from a nod to the country of Russia, most closely known for a lot of vodka production. The mule part comes from the kick that the ginger beer gives most people when they drink it. Also true for ginger soda, if many of you have had that experience. So, some people may say, why don't we call this, isn't this called the donkey kick, not the mule kick? Well, you're right, but if we were to call this drink the Moscow Donkey, it doesn't quite roll off the tongue like the Moscow Mule does. So rumor has it the Moscow Mule was invented either in a bar in New York or a bar in Los Angeles. We don't really know, only the people who were there first can verify this. So either way, the bar owner reportedly had an excess of ginger beer and vodka and thought, what better thing to do than make a new drink. So the copper mug that this is typically served in was used for two reasons. One, to keep the drink cool, crisp, and fresh. Or the other rumor was that the bar owner had a girlfriend who had a copper producing business, and she was also looking to get rid of some of her surplus by making a quick buck producing these mugs. So in the years since 1940, several crafty bartenders have styled their own beverages using different liquors. So if you're not a fan of bourbon or rye, which it is also made with, you can use rum to make the Caribbean Mule, or you can use tequila to make the Mexican Mule. You can look up hundreds of different mule recipes on the internet. But today we're making my favorite, the Kentucky Mule. The bourbon I'm using is Elijah Craig small batch, but common other bourbons that you may use are Bullet, Maker's Mark, or you can go top shelf with Woodford Reserve. So it traditionally, after you put your ice in, I already have some ice in there, it calls for 2 ounces of bourbon and 1/2 ounce of the lime juice. You can go a full ounce if you like it a little more sour. And then you top that off with 5 to 6 ounces of ginger beer. Garnish with a lime, and you're ready to roll. If you like it a little sweeter, you can add some simple syrup, or you can add some raspberry syrup or Chambord. And if you like it a little more sour, you can increase your lime or your lemon juice. Play around with it to customize it. Bottoms up. Cheers.